There's something I've been reflecting on lately. Not because I have some grand conclusion, or because I've figured something out, but rather just because I've noticed a pattern. And sometimes that's where understanding begins. Not with certainty, with observation. For most of my life, if I'm honest, I think I wanted to be seen. Now, I don't think that's unusual. I think most people do. We want our efforts to matter. We want our presence to matter. We want someone to recognize that we're trying, that we're carrying something, that we're becoming something, and that our lives mean something. I think that's a very human desire. But recently, I've started noticing something different. Being recognized. And I've come to realize those are not the same thing. Being seen is often about attention. Recognition is about resonance. Being seen is someone noticing that you're there. Recognition is someone recognizing something true, something familiar, something authentic. What made me start thinking about this were conversations I've had over the past few months. Small moments, simple moments. The kind of moments that would easily be overlooked. Someone listening to an episode and telling me that they were moved to tears. Someone telling me that they felt calmer after listening. Someone saying that they have been waiting for something like this. Someone recognizing my voice. Someone sharing an episode with a friend. And someone reaching out simply to say, that resonated. And every time something like that happens, my first reaction is usually gratitude. But if I'm honest, sometimes there's also a little surprise. Because from where I'm sitting, I'm not trying to create some grand movement. I'm not trying to become a personality. And I'm not trying to dominate attention. I'm just trying to tell the truth as honestly as I know how. And somehow, that truth keeps finding people. The more I've sat with that, the more I've realized something. Recognition doesn't happen because we force it. It happens because something authentic becomes visible. And authenticity has a strange quality. It tends to travel farther than performance. I've learned that performance can capture attention, but authenticity creates trust. Performance may impress people. Authenticity helps people feel understood. And understanding is often what people are searching for, whether they realize it or not. You know, I think back to different seasons of my life, the military, working different jobs, leading worship, serving in organizations, relationships, friendships, moments where I was trying to figure out who I was, and moments where I felt completely uncertain. There were moments when I was simply just trying to endure. And when I look back now, I see something. The signal was already there. I, I just did not have language for it yet. And that's one of the most interesting things about life. That sometimes we're living something long before we're able to name it. We sense it before we understand it. We carry it long before we articulate it. We embody it before we explain it. And eventually, if we're paying attention, language catches up to reality. For me, Quiet Maverick wasn't something I invented. Not really. The name is new. The artwork is new. The podcast is new. But the signal isn't. The signal has been developing for years. Through pressure, through faith, responsibility, mistakes, failure, through rebuilding, through learning how to govern myself instead of simply reacting to life. And maybe that's why recognition feels different than attention. Because recognition isn't built on novelty. It's built on truth. When someone says, "That resonated with me," What they're saying is this: I recognize something here. Maybe they recognize a struggle. Maybe they recognize a source of strength and hope. Perhaps they recognize a question they've been carrying. Or maybe they recognize a version of themselves. And that's humbling because it means the signal is traveling. It means the bridge is being used. Recently, I've been reflecting on the image of a bridge. A bridge doesn't draw attention to itself, at least not a good one. A bridge simply helps people move from one place to another. It creates a passage. It creates connection. It provides support for someone's journey. And when it's functioning properly, people don't celebrate the bridge every time they cross it. They're grateful it was there when they needed it. The more I think about it, the more I realize that this is what I hope the Quiet Maverick becomes. Not the destination, not the centerpiece, not the thing people worship, just a well-built bridge, a place where people can pause, reflect, find clarity, return to center, and continue moving towards what matters. And speaking of things that support intentional living, I want to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Strong Coffee Company. One thing I've been increasingly aware of is that clarity isn't only philosophical, it's practical. The rhythms we build in our lives matter. So the things we repeatedly return to matter. Strong Coffee Company combines organic coffee, protein, MCTs, and adaptogens into a simple daily practice designed to support sustained energy and focus. What I appreciate is that this aligns with the philosophy I value deeply. Support your capacity well. Steward your energy intentionally. Both rhythms that serve what matters. So, head to strongcoffee.com to take advantage of an amazing offer for Quiet Maverick listeners. 20% off of any product using our promotional code SIGNAL8. That's strongcoffeecompany.com with the promo code SIGNAL, the number 8. The deeper realization I've come to lately is this: recognition isn't something you choose. Much like clarity, it's something that emerges. Usually, after you've stopped trying to perform. Usually, after you've stopped trying to convince people. Usually, after you've spent enough time becoming who you actually are. I think that's encouraging because it means we don't have to manufacture resonance. We don't have to force connection. We don't have to become louder than we were created to be. We simply have to continue telling the truth, living the truth, walking it out, and allowing the signal to travel where it's meant to travel. So here's the Quiet Maverick Challenge for this week. Think about a moment when something resonated deeply with you. A book, a conversation, a mentor, a piece of music, a podcast, a scripture. Whatever comes to mind. Then ask yourself, what was it that I recognized there? Not what impressed you. What resonated with you? What felt true? Spend a few moments reflecting on that. Because often, what we recognize in others points us towards something important within ourselves. This is the Quiet Maverick. I'm Gregory Michael. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I don't take your attention lightly, because where you place your attention is where your life begins to move. If this reflection resonated with you, sit with it for a while. And if someone comes to mind while listening, consider sharing it with them. That's how we keep the signal moving. And until next time, you don't have to chase recognition. Simply become increasingly aligned with what is true, and trust that the signal will find the people who need it.